What's up, everybody? My name is Trey Fab. I'm a React content creator slash streamer. I like to react to different things, whether that be basketball insight and modern NBA. I also like to talk about brain rot. So if you like that YouTube drama nonsense, I'm the guy for you. And if you like to listen to someone rant on about basketball insight, I'm the guy for you. With today, we're going to be talking about whether or not influencers actually influence anything. Every week I drop a video essay, and I tell you guys to vote on the video essay that you would like to see come out of my mouth. It's a little bit of a yap session telling you exactly how I feel about a topic and why I feel that way. Today we're going to be speaking on whether or not influencers actually influence anything. In my opinion, I feel like that they can influence for the positive, but sometimes these influencers choose not to do so. So sit back, relax, let's listen to my yap, and let's get going. In the age of social media, influencer isn't just a buzzword, it's a career. These online personalities command audiences of millions, seemingly giving them the power to shape opinions and drive real-world action. But do they actually influence anything positive? Today we'll explore that question through a commentary case study of one of the internet's biggest political streamers, Hasan Piker.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it.
We're there.
And examine whether his massive popularity translates into meaningful change. We'll also look at other streamers and incidents that reveal a gap between a influencer's reach and their real-world impact. From low youth voter turnout to fan-base toxicity and even riots, the evidence suggests that while influencers have some influence, they often don't use it for good, or worse, it backfires. Let's dive in. Hasan Piker, the political streamer with massive reach. Hasan Piker is one of Twitch's most popular political commentators. Boasting millions of followers, a 33-year-old Turkish-American streamer, Hasan streams to tens of thousands of viewers for 8 or more hours almost every day. He has 2.7 million followers on Twitch, plus over 1 million YouTube subscribers, making him a bona fide internet celebrity. Audience skews young and male, exactly the demographic many say is drifting away from progressive politics. In fact, prominent Democrats have noticed Hasan's influence. Some have quoted him for advice on reaching young men, dubbing him the Joe Rogan of the left. Hasan uses his platform to discuss news, critique right-wing talking points, and promote leftist ideas in an informal, entertaining style that resonates with Gen Z. However, one big question is whether Hasan's online influence translates into real-world political engagement. He can get tens of thousands of young viewers to listen to him talk about elections or policies, but can he get them to vote or take action? The data on young voter turnout suggests a disconnect. Despite rising interest in political content on platforms like Twitch, barely half of Americans aged 18 through 29 voted in the recent major elections. In 2024, for example, only about 47% of young people cast a ballot, a slight drop from 50% in 2020. That means majority of young potential voters did not participate. Young men in particular voted at lower rates, around 41% turnout compared to 50% for young women. This is notable given that Hasan's fan base is largely young men. In other words, even though millions of young people consume political commentary from influencers like Hasan, it's unclear that this converts into civic action. Hasan himself is a vocal critic of establishment Democrats and has been hesitant to play cheerleader for them. At times, he's explicitly said he won't just tell fans to vote for a candidate like Joe Biden if he feels like that candidate isn't truly progressive.
If the message is shit, it's not going to resonate with.
The result is a kind of entertainment politics. Lots of politic talk, but not much political action.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
To be fair, influencers like Hasan Piker have had some positive moments in encouraging engagement. Notably, during the 2020 election, Hasan and other Twitch streamers partnered with Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for a Get Out the Vote gaming stream. In October 2020, AOC hopped on Twitch to play Among Us with popular streamers, including Hasan, in an effort to urge young viewers to vote. The stream drew over 400,000 concurrent viewers, one of the biggest audiences in Twitch history. This innovative approach showed the potential of influencers to spark political interest. Viewers got a fun show and some civic encouragement. Youth turnout did indeed jump in 2020, around 50%, an historic high. Still, it's hard to say how much a single stream or influencer boosted that turnout. The 2024 youth participation slipped back a bit, and enthusiasm among young voters can be fickle. The bottom line is that having influence in online spaces doesn't automatically equal influence at the ballot box. Influence unused when streamers stay apolitical. Ironically, many of the biggest online personalities shy away from using their influence for positive social causes at all. They have reach, but they choose not to wield it in that way. A prime example is Tyler Ninja Blevins, one of the world's most famous gaming streamers. Ninja has millions of young fans and certainly influences gaming trends and slang.
Like maybe shockwaves, but like the map is too massive, dude. It's massive. And do you know what else is massive?
Ninja, dude, imagine we win our first game, bro.
You know what else we could imagine?
What?
If we both got
But when it comes to educating his audience or speaking on serious issues, he opts out. In a 2021 interview, Ninja addressed the rampant toxic language, including racist slurs, that sometimes appears in his live stream chats. When asked if he could use his platform to help teach kids about racism or hold them accountable, Ninja flatly refused the responsibility. It all comes down to parenting. Is it my job to have this conversation with your kid? No. He said. He argued that it's on parents, not him as an entertainer, to teach youth about such matters. Essentially, Ninja's stance was, I'm just here to play games, not be a role model. Many other influencers take a similar approach. They avoid politics, charity appeals, or anything that might alienate portions of their audience. Some do it to keep their streams drama-free or brand-friendly. Others just don't feel qualified to speak on issues. The result is the massive amount of influential airtime that could be used to promote positive action, whether it's voting, social causes, or even community improvement, simply isn't used for those purposes. It's hard to quantify a negative, but consider this. When influencers won't even tell their fans basic positive messages like treat others with respect or participate in your community, their influence stays confined to selling merch, getting views, and maybe shaping pop culture rather than improving society. Influence misused, promoting harmful behavior. Worse than not using influence for good is using it in ways that cause harm. Some streamers and influencers chase profits or clout in ways that end up negatively affecting the young followers. One glaring example is the promotion of online gambling on Twitch. Until late 2022, it was common for top Twitch streamers to broadcast themselves on online casino games.
Oh god. Oh my god.
12.
Face card.
Minus.
Face card.
You can do it, bro.
Slots, roulette, etc. as part of sponsorship deals. These gambling streams essentially functioned as ads for crypto gambling websites, and the audience watching skewed very young. According to Twitch's own data, about 75% of its viewers are between 16 and 34 years old. Researchers note that around 6 to 9% of young people have issues with problem gambling, far higher than the 0.1% rate among older adults. Despite this, popular influencers like XQC and Trainwrecks TV took lucrative deals to stream hours of high-stakes gambling. undoubtedly enticing many impressionable viewers to try their luck. This is influence being used in an arguably harmful way, normalizing addictive behavior for the sake of sponsorship money. Twitch eventually cracked down on unregulated gaming streams in late 2022 under public pressure. Beyond gambling, there have been other cases of influencers leveraging trust for dubious products, crypto get rich schemes, unsafe dieting fads, you name it. The common theme is that power to influence is there, but it's being cashed in for profit or reckless thrills, rather than steered toward anything beneficial for the audience. This can erode viewers' trust and more broadly begs the question if influencers mostly influence people to buy things or indulge in escapism, are they truly influencing positive change at all? When influence turns ugly, harassment and harm. We've seen how influence can be left on the table or used unwisely. There's also a darker side. Sometimes an influencer's clout actively mobilizes people in negative ways. Fan communities can turn into angry mobs, and online conflicts can spill over into real-life harm. A recent case involving Hasan Piker illustrates this problem. In March 2025, YouTuber Ethan Klein of H3H3 Productions released a critical expose video, a content nuke, about Hasan Piker. What followed was an explosion of harassment directed at Ethan and his family, alleging from some of Hasan's zealous fanbase. Ethan Klein claimed that fans of Hasan and a few other streamers he had criticized engaged in organized harassment campaign against him. This went far beyond mean tweets. Klein says people online spread vile rumors that he was abusing his children, even going so far as to call CPS on false reports.
Morning, we got a visit from Child Protective Services. Because I told this story on the show a few weeks ago about how when we adopted Olive, she had Giardia, and then the next day, Sonny started having diarrhea, so we suspected he might have Giardia, seeing as that he's an infant, he's crawling around, he's putting everything in his mouth, etc. Makes sense, right? It's obvious. So it turned into this whole snark narrative that our house is a mess, that there's dog shit everywhere, that Sonny is eating shit and getting Giardia, and that, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And well, it culminated in somebody finally, an anonymous call went into them on the 3rd, saying that they were somebody that works at the house, and they wanted to report us because our kids are crawling around eating dog shit and getting viruses. And they were able to provide enough details because of what I said on the show to make it appear that it was somebody. He said, like, when he first showed up, he's like, it's somebody that you know who made the report.
His home address and family details were doxed on forums. The harassment escalated to the point the FBI got involved and, according to Kleins, found credible threats to his and his family's lives. Armed police even did sweeps around his house due to bomb threats. All of this allegedly triggered by internet trolls and upset fans after a YouTuber dared to criticize the beloved streamer. Hasan Piker himself did not direct anyone to do this, and he even spoke out against the harassment. But the incident shows how influencers can unintentionally unleash mobs. The parasocial loyalty some fans have can curdle into toxic vigilantism, where they think defending their idol means attacking an enemy, even if they were friends before. No matter how often the streamer says, "Don't harass on my behalf," it still can happen, and it still does happen. This kind of negative influence not only harms victims like Ethan Klein, but also casts a shadow on the influencers community as a whole. Thousands of young fans gathered in New York's Union Square for a giveaway event hosted by Twitch streamer Kai Cenat in August 2023. The massive turnout quickly got out of hand, with excited attendees climbing on vehicles, hurling objects, and sparking chaos in the streets. Police struggled to control what essentially became a riot. Officers were attacked with bottles and debris, and 65 people, including 30 minors, were arrested amid the mayhem. Kaizenat hadn't intended to incite a riot. He announced a free console giveaway and likely expected a fun fan meetup. But the frenzy of his online clout translated into an unsafe crowd size in real life. This is another manifestation of influencer impact gone wrong. A positive gesture given back to fans turned into a public disturbance because the influencer either underestimated their sway or failed to organize responsibly. Authorities even charged Kai with inciting a riot. Charges were later dropped after he agreed to pay restitution. A stark reminder that massive influence comes with real-world consequences. Harassment campaigns and chaotic crowds are extreme outcomes, but they underlined a key point. Influencers do have the power to move people, to mobilize them. The question is, in what direction? Unfortunately, in these cases, that direction was destructive. No one can deny that influencers influence something. The critical observation is that it's often not productive or positive. Fan armies might be quick to swarm a perceived foe or swarm a city park for a selfie and a PlayStation. But are they showing up in equal force for charity or justice or even voting day? So in conclusion, do influencers actually influence anything good? The answer is a mixed bag. On one hand, clearly hold sway over the attention and behavior of huge audiences. A shout out from a popular YouTuber can sell out a product overnight. A Twitch stream can get hundreds of thousands of young people to tune into a political debate or flock to an impromptu event. In that sense, influencers are powerful. On the other hand, when we measure truly positive outcomes like increased civic engagement, better informed citizens, or constructive social change, the impact of influencers appears limited at best. In the realm of politics, someone like Hasan Piker can spark interest and discussion, but the persistent lackluster youth voter turnout shows that entertainment consumption isn't the same as the real participation. Many influencers choose not to leverage their platform for good, preferring to stay in their lane of gaming, vlogging, or beauty hauls. Yet in some cases, their influence can manifest in harmful ways they never intended or cannot control, whether it's promoting unhealthy habits or unleashing a toxic fan-based behavior. It's not all pessimistic, though. There are instances of influencers doing genuine good, raising millions for charities on live streams, spreading awareness about important issues, or, like AOC's Twitch collaboration, creatively encouraging voting. These moments show a glimmer of how influencer culture could be a force for positive action, but those tend to be exceptions rather than the rule. As things stand, the influencer economy largely runs on engagement for its own sake, keeping viewers hooked and clicking, not necessarily changing the world. Until that changes, any positive influence will likely be overshadowed by the neutral or negative. In the end, influencers certainly influence things, just not the things that truly matter, and not always for the better. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys liked the concept I was getting at. At the end of the day, influencers have power. This is something that they do have. And I'm not saying all influencers are bad, and I could care less about political affiliation. I'm just saying the things that I see at times, it feels like some influencers either don't use the power that they have for the message that they said they're trying to spread, or they end up using the power that they have in a very negative sense or not using it at all. With that being said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. In the future, I'm going to try my best to memorize the script. I'm going to try to use more stock footage. I'm going to do my best as time goes on, to make these video essays more appealing, to make them better. Like I said, this is fun for me. This is my fourth video essay, maybe fifth. They're just going to get better. They're going to get better week after week. You're going to see a large contrast between video number 1 from video number 20. I promise you guys that. But until next time, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything you want me to react to. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. And I hope you guys have a good one. Please be safe. Please be smart. Use your brand.